So, seems that maybe Larry doesn't exist. That's the thing, really. It's sort of, okay, this one has one view. That might just be from me, though. I don't know. This one has, how many views does, this one have? None. Awesome. This one has 2. How about that? This one has 6. Oh, that was a popular one. Radical. What's the
See, I'm pretty sure I
Oh,
did it
okay. No, shut up, me. Yeah, okay. So, because the person who the person who commented on my video the other day, I briefly alluded to it in another part. I don't get many comments on my videos, unsurprisingly. But there's one guy, he commented and he was like, why are you doing this? Why do you keep going off on these stupid tangents? Nobody who's going to want to, who's genuinely interested in hearing someone read the Subspace Emissary's World Conquest cares about your fucking life. And that's sort of, he didn't use those words. It was it was much gentler than that. But he definitely had a point, I think. I feel like I know I'm saying, oh, I'm wasting my time all the time, but genuinely I think but just like in the last episode, I go off on about fucking Tulovru. It's like, who gives a shit, if you to be I sort of, because on the one hand you could argue that the kind of person who sticks around, who's willing to put up with almost 300 episodes of someone reading a fan fiction, probably really enjoys hearing the fan fiction. And on the other hand, you could argue that given all the interjections I make, that the fact that someone would have watched that far, being able to put up with it, with my my constant little tangents and stuff, is proof that they don't really mind, and they're at least vaguely interested in hearing my rambling, lengthy anecdotes. I don't know, but evidently that person doesn't exist anyway. So I guess now's as good a time as any to set out a mission statement of sorts. Since it is evident that I'm pretty much just throwing these videos out into a great white abyss, I'm going to, although actually, having said that, the first, I checked, I think today, and the part 1 now has, I think, just over 300 views. I think I hit the 300 view mark. So that's honestly, I'm really happy about that, in fairness, because that's really cool. I did not expect anywhere near that number when I started the series out. Let me just check. What's the exact figure? 306 views. Wow. 306 views. Damn. That's incredible. I really genuinely did not expect that. So, okay, so firstly, thank you everyone who has watched that video, because that's beyond incredible. To have, even 300 views, in the grand scheme of things, it's not a lot. And PewDiePie has 50 million subscribers or whatever, but it feels like a lot, It matters, and I thank you. If anyone is ever watching this video, thank you. If you've watched the whole series, congratulations. But if you're just sort of skipping through parts of it, congratulations as well. Just because. Just any I guess, whatever. I'm doing this for myself at this point, to be honest. I think I'm sort of pretending to have the Larry person, perhaps, to make myself feel less fucking weird. But ultimately, I'm making these episodes because I want to. There's no other reason. I can say, oh, my friend dared me to do it. He had no idea that I was going to go this far with it. I'm doing this because I want to. I'm doing this because I can. I'm doing this because I feel like it's a goal. It's not a very interesting or noteworthy or praiseworthy goal, but it's a goal nonetheless. I feel like, sorry, this is going to sound cheesy, but I feel like all my life I've been I start loads of projects and I never finish them. For me, it's always my life has been full of half measures. It's been, I have these ambitious plans to write this series or whatever, and it never comes to fruition. I remember when I was about 10 or 11, I wrote all these comics. I was a huge fan of Calvin and Hobbes, and I made this whole spin-off series with with myself. Original character, do not steal. And it was their club, the GROSS, and they were just fighting against the powers that be and stuff. It was just good fun. But I had all these plans. I was going to do a whole series mirroring the plots of Star Wars. That didn't happen. It was all just yeah. It was all planned out, and then it just didn't really amount to anything. And this is the first time in my life I've started something ambitious and weighty and lengthy and heavy, and I actually have a shot of sorts at finishing it, And to me, that's worth more than gold. And I it's such a stupid thing to admit that that I feel my raison d'être is or a channel of Chris's, the Subspace Emissary's World's Conquest. But from all my belittling of it, something keeps me coming back. I have had hiatuses. There have been whole months where I'm just like, I don't want to fucking make this show anymore. It's stupid. But I keep coming back to it. Something must be drawing me back in. It's a sort of stubbornness, I think. I just yeah. Well, whatever. It's it is what it is. I'm making the series, and that's all there is to it, perhaps. Yeah. And I'm gonna keep on making the series. I don't know if I'll finish the fan fiction, but I'll sure as hell try. Alright. Anyway, so let me just return to the story. I'll stop wasting my time. No one else's, of course, at this point, but I'll stop wasting my time. No, I sound bitter when I say that. No one else's. No one wants to watch my 300-part series. There's no one to blame about this. The person who's crazy here is me, not anybody who might start to watch this and give up. I know I had a friend who said he started watching the series, and he said he was going to like each episode just to mark out his progress, where he was in the overall series. And I think he got to about part 30 or something. It's almost part 300 now. I don't blame him though. It's a hell of a commitment to make, even to a friend. To watch this fucking shitty show that they've created in their bedroom. Them just reading and making silly voices and going off on tangents. But I do it, and I enjoy doing it, and I'm going to continue doing it. So yeah, I'll just, it's almost 10 minutes long, this episode, so I think I'll just read for 1 minute or two, and that'll be that. Okay, so, Chris sighed. Nothing. Please calm down and don't fall asleep just because you didn't talk so much in this day. Fine. Arena versus the Fuzz. Don't let your partners attack. Mario, HP 25, Yoshi, HP 10, Chris, HP 30, Lucario, HP 45. Yoshi, Chris, and Lucario crossed their arms, annoyed by the rule, and Mario was fighting against the Fuzz alone. They were composed of a Fuzzy, a Flower Fuzzy, and a Forest Fuzzy. Hiya! Mario used his Quake Hammer to make a tiny quake, which dealt 2 of damage to each Fuzzy. Meork! They yelled in pain. The Fuzzies leaped their bodies, or heads, to Mario, and they started to suck up his health, and FP because of the Flower Fuzzy. Mario used a shooting star, and stars came from his side, damaging every Fuzzy with 6 of damage, defeating them. The Great Gonzalez is the winner! Gruber announced once again. Spelt grubber wrong, you fool. And without us doing anything, Chris yelled angrily.